Hey there. So this week we have been studying about the art and life of Frida Kahlo, right? And as you saw, Frida Kahlo did tons and tons of self-portraits. So we will do self-portraits when we come back to school, but I thought we could do a little bit of a kind of a warm-up art project. So we're going to do a selfie self-portrait. So now, if you remember earlier on in the year, I asked you guys to just take a selfie, and tell me something about yourself. But this was before we studied Pixlr. So what we're going to do for today and tomorrow is we are going to take a selfie and then we are going to edit that. We're going to add some symbols, maybe add a background to tell us, well, to tell each other a little bit more about ourselves. Now, you don't have to show this selfie. I have to see it. You can show, your classmates or your family, your friends, but you don't have to worry about showing your selfie. If you're worried about showing your face or you're a little bit shy about those type of things, I will see it, but you don't have to see or you don't have to show anybody else. Okay. So the idea, what we're going to do is we're going to take a self-portrait, a headshot, and then we're going to edit that. Now, what you can do is you can use Pixect, like we did in the beginning of the year. Right? I showed you how to use Pixect. You just have to take a picture, um, and then you can put that up, right? And you can use that as your selfie. Now, if you do use Pixect, right, there are like different types of filters and things like that. And you saw some of the funny filters that they have. Where is it? Well, there's a halftone, zoom, vibrant, inverse. Where is it? There you go. There you go. Some like filters like this you could do, but I don't I don't want you to use these filters, okay? What I do want you to do is I want you to take a picture. So you can use Pixect, okay, or you can use the camera that's already on your Chromebook. Now, for me, what I did is I took a picture using my iPhone and I put that into Pixlr. Some of you have used Pixlr X, and some of you have used Pixlr E. I think for this assignment, it'll be easier to use Pixlr E, but if you've used Pixlr X and you want to use that one and that's simpler for you, you can use that too. The reason why I think it's easier to use Pixlr E is because if you want to take away the background, it is a lot easier with Pixlr E. So I have my selfie I took of the iPhone. I emailed it to myself and I put it up. So what you need to do is you need to, if you open up a new, create a new file, right? And what you can do is you can use that layer and you add images layer and you find that image, right? Find the image that you took, right? This is me and open, and then you can put that in there like that, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and delete that layer. All right, so I have put in the selfie, but of course I have to edit it, right? Now you can just go ahead and put images over top of this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take care of that background, right? So what you want to do is you want to go over here to the magic wand tool, the wand select, and you're going to have to fiddle around with this tolerance here. Okay, so if I, sorry, I need to be on that background. Sorry about that. So if you see here, like this is all this kind of this gray space has been selected. And if I delete that, it'll delete that background. But there's still a lot remaining. So what I can do is, I'm gonna undo that. I can adjust the tolerance up here, right? It says tolerance. So if I up the tolerance just a bit, it might select just a little bit more. You see here, it's selected a little bit more. Some of my head here is selected, right? So if I deleted that, part of my head is going to go missing, and I don't want that. So again, I have to adjust the tolerance, and I can bring that down just a little bit, maybe to 46. I'll click outside, click again, and that's pretty much, that's most of what I need to take away, right? So I can go ahead, delete that, and I deleted most of the background. I can click on the outside, and I can try and click on this part here. But I can see that the color is not, it's going to take away part of my nose and stuff like that, most of my face. So that's not good, right? So let me undo, click on the outside, and again, I'll adjust the tolerance. So if I go down, we'll see what happens. And look, so I've been able to get that part, so I delete that. Now, if there are any parts, that are left still, I can, continue to try to delete that. But what I can also do is I can also use the eraser tool, right? So I click on the outside, and I change to the eraser tool. And I can change the brush here and the opacity. If for the eraser tool, what I would do is I would change it to a 0 softness, so it's very hard. You can change the pixel size. You can also put in the pixel size here to make it smaller. Right, so for example, 10 pixels. And then I can erase this extra gray that's left. All right, so it shouldn't take me that long to do. Right, I'll just erase that. Okay. And here I have the background is all pretty much empty, right? Pretty much empty. Okay. So I've already done that on another layer. So I'll go ahead and show that layer. I'll undo that. Okay, so I've already pretty much cleaned that up. I have my background that's deleted there. All right. And if you also notice, I deleted the t-shirt. I erased that area too because I wanted to add something to kind of add to my personality, right? So my mother is African American, so I'm going to put that kente cloth in there. So kind of add that in there, right? And what I did was, again, I just erased the t-shirt, and I have this kente cloth underneath. Okay, it's underneath this picture of me, so it'll show through, right? If I had it on top of it, it would be on top of the t-shirt and on top of my face. So I have to have it underneath. Now I also want to add a background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for an image. Where I used to live in Fukuoka City, we have a very famous place called Keigo Jinja. You can see I've already been searching for it. So I'll go to images, and I'll find a picture that I like, right? I'll find a picture, and I'm going to right click. Remember, if you're using your Chromebooks, it's 2 fingers, right? Use your 2 fingers to press down to right click and save image as, right? So I save that image, and I'll save it, okay? I already saved this picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to layer. I'm going to go up to layer here, and I'm going to add image as layer. That's how you are going to add another image into this file. Okay, if you just go to file and open image, it's going to open up an entirely new image. So you won't have your self-portrait there. Okay, so layer, add image as layer. And I'm going to find that Tori picture, okay, go, and I'm going to open. Now notice it opens up on top, okay, so my face is hidden, right? So what do I do? Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the size of this picture. All right, I extend it so that's the entire size. Right, just use those corners there. And then I'm going to go up, I'm going to find that. And you see how there's the little cross with arrows? I can just drag that underneath. Okay, just keep dragging that. All right, oh, so there I appeared, but once again, so kind of my t-shirt area, since that is erased, I still need to drag it to the back. So I'm going to drag it all the way to the back, okay? All the way to the back. Okay, so there I am on top of that. All right, so I have the background, but I'm still not satisfied. I want to add some more symbols and stuff that represent me. So what do I need to do? Well, I could, search for, anime characters, things like that. But when you do that, I think it's important for you to search for something called a PNG file. So, we've been working with these programs, and usually they have three options, right? SVG, PNG, and JPG. So the SVG and the PNG you can search for, all right? So I'm going to search for mean ping, the miniature pincher, PNG. Okay. So I search for a mean ping PNG, and I'll search for the one that I like. I find that. And what I want to do though is search for one that is clear, has a clear background. Okay. You can see, for example, it has like that checker mark background. That's what I want, the checker mark background. Okay, because that means that it'll be clear. And I can add that, and I don't have to worry about erasing all this white space here. Okay. So once again, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to add image as a layer, right? And I'm going to search for the mean ping picture that I already downloaded, right? And this has a clear background because it's a PNG. Okay, PNG will sometimes have a clear background. You have to search for one that has a clear background, but you can find them. Okay, so I open that up, and as you can see, I have the miniature pincher, but around there, there is no background, right? So I can go ahead and adjust this, and again, I'll move him back so that he is behind me, kind of. So I have my miniature pincher looking over my shoulder there. Okay, so I'm going to keep on adding things to this. I already have this symbol, my family crest, right? The takanoha. And so I'm going to add that there. And maybe I want to add one more picture, right? So again, layer, add image as layer. And what else did I download? Oh, yes. Yes, this one here, right? I didn't have time to make it, but let's say I wanted to add that here. I can add that to the background as well, okay? So, but if you notice, right, I found this picture, but oh no, it has this checker mark background. So what I can do is I can either find a different one, right, to add that, or I can erase the background like I did before, okay? And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and search for a different skull, right? One that does have a clear background, okay? So I'm going to keep adding those symbols, and I'm going to keep, trying to adjust it, and that is going to be my art project. So I want you guys to do the same thing, all right? Take a selfie, and I want you to add some symbols, some backgrounds, some things like that to your selfie, to make your selfie self-portrait, all right? You'll have 2 class periods to do this. And remember, if you need help, just ask me. I'll be there to help you. A lot of you guys have some you're pretty familiar with Pixlr already. So you should be able to do most of it on your own. But again, ask me for help if you need it, okay? So go ahead, get to work, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your selfie self-portraits.